Hey guys, I wanted to show you how to make Velveeta salsa with ground beef. So this is literally one of the easiest recipes. Ground beef, Velveeta, and salsa. And then you will normally use either Fritos scoops or Tostitos scoops to dip it out. So, first thing, brown my ground beef. First thing is to start your ground beef browning. And you probably need that in a large skillet. Now this is over a pound. Costco sells like 1.3 pounds.
Why are you using such a small skillet?
And the reason I'm using such a small skillet is because I put it in here and I started before I realized it's too small, and then it's like, well, do I want to make another skillet dirty? So there, I switched to a bigger skillet. Now, while your ground beef is browning, you could be mixing up your Velveeta and salsa. Velveeta takes a little time to melt. I try and cut it into chunks. This is an ancient crock pot, but what's good about it is it has a crop, and that will hold heat because we're transporting this about an hour and a half south of here for a Christmas party. So and normally I use original Velveeta. I don't use this Blanco, but because Velveeta has now decided to have so many different kinds of Velveeta, they run out of the original. And how many companies do that? They think they're going to get more shelf space, but what they actually get is the product that everybody really wants sold out. So I cut it into squares. So it will melt faster. And it's good to go ahead and put your salsa in now, because, well, in just 1 second, let me stir this because it's browning a little faster than I thought. And while you're browning it, I generally break it into pieces, which is why sometimes I like to brown my ground beef from frozen, because then you're scraping it off. And I think I got my heat too high anyway. There, so down a little bit. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen one of these, but this is a jar opener. Or it actually is a take the pressure off the jar thingy. So you put it on like this and you pull it and see how it pops? Now once the pressure's taken off, that comes off so easy. I couldn't even open it before. Then, first of all, turn my crock pot up to high. Got to be careful with this since I'm wearing a white shirt. And back to browning. So I'll brown a little bit. So my ground beef has browned, and now I'm going to drain it. So now I have drained my ground beef. add it to your salsa Velveeta. Now, it takes a while to get the Velveeta softened up. And some people use Rotella to make this, which is like a pepper and tomato in a can mix. I've never tried that because I've tried this a lot of times and it works amazing. We had a newer crock pot with this, but we lost it in the hurricane because it was in our condo in Florida, and we pretty much lost everything. But it is now completely rebuilt, and we bought water walls to protect it against a hurricane in the future, but hopefully that we'll never have to test those out. This is how it looks after a few minutes. It'll probably take 10-15 minutes to melt all the cheese down. And then, like I said, use Fritos scoops or Tostitos scoops or whatever corn chip you like. And it's great.